So in today's video, we are going to Ocean City, New Jersey to take some photos with my Canon EOS-3. Here's some of the reasons I chose this specific camera. It's one of my favorite film cameras, mostly because it's reliable. Sometimes. I also shoot on Canon DSLR cameras, and I have several lenses for that I can actually use with this camera. That's one of my favorite things about this. I can use these really sharp pro lenses on here. They work with the autofocus. I don't want to go into a full review about this camera, but if you're in the market for a film camera that you want to use your digital lenses on, this is the great place to start. Although it's getting more expensive to get these, and it's kind of ridiculous, but this is kind of like the middle range camera. The one above it would be the Canon 1V, I believe. And below this is the Canon EOS 650, which is way cheaper than this one, but this one works just fine. But this isn't a bad place to start if you have the money for it. This video was actually shot in 2 days. You probably can't tell, but I'm telling you that because there's a reason behind it, and we'll talk about it later. So I started off the day by leaving my coffee on top of my car and pulling away, and it went all over my damn car. I accidentally left my coffee cup on top of my car, and yeah, that's kind of how we started today off. Alright, we can go. Let's do this. Don't do that at home. So for this, I think I'm going to use the in-camera light meter because it's pretty accurate on this camera, instead of taking my phone out constantly and measuring. So I'm going to rely on this. So hopefully it turns out. Let's take a photo of this. Decided to head to the beach because it was really cold out and I kind of wanted to get that over with so I wasn't freezing the entire day. So we headed to the boardwalk and went straight to the beach. So you think we should just get the beach out of the way because it's freezing?
Yeah.
Let's get some sand in these shoes.
And in your camera.
Not bad. For these two photos, I didn't really put any thought into them. I just kind of snapped two pictures of the ocean just to see how they'd turn out. So that wasn't my main goal of the day. I just kind of wanted to see what it was. There's not many colors. There's some algae on the rocks and stuff, but not too much to it. Then I went by the mini golf and took a picture of King Kong. There's just something about a giant gorilla. It just really made the image. And then noticed that they actually spelled the word great wrong on their sign that says thanks for a great season. Thought that was pretty funny. I had some things in mind. I wanted to get a picture of the surf mall, which is just this mall on Ocean City Boardwalk that has weird crap in it, but it has this retro look about it that I just wanted to capture on film. So I did that. And then right next to the surf mall is Jilly's Arcade. And every time that I go into this arcade, I make it a point to go to the Zoltar machine and get a fortune. It's just something I do. I'd show you my fortune, but if I show it to you, it does not come true. Sorry. After getting my fortune, we decided to play some 10-cent skee ball. I won a couple free games. It was a good time.
You may have heard this, but Zoltar is here to tell you you can believe it.
Next stop on the boardwalk was Castaway Cove. I wanted to go here because all of the rides were these really cool pastel colors. It's super empty in the winter, and I just thought it would make for cool photos. Came here to get cool pictures of rides, and it's all wrapped. When I got there, everything, I mean, just about everything was covered with a tarp for the winter, which usually it's not like that. Unfortunately, that was just how the day was going. So I just took 2 photos here. I took one of the swing ride. The other photo I took was the Ferris wheel, and looking through the Ferris wheel, you could see the double shot right in it. We left the boardwalk and decided to drive around town and try and look for other cool places to take photos. I wanted to take some pictures of houses, mostly looking for pastel colors. As we were driving, I saw a motel, Sifting Sands Motel, and it had a really cool sign. There's a different color block for each letter of the word motel. I thought that was pretty cool, so I hopped out real quick and got a photo of that. Motel. I don't really know the name of it, but what really caught my eye was the green bushes in front. Then you had this like pastel pink, orange type motel with the blue sky in the background. And it was kind of the only time that the blue sky peeked out and wasn't all white and overcast. And that's why I took this photo. Then the sun started peeking out, and I came across this house with these teal blue shutters, and I was like, I got a good picture of this house. So I took 2 photos of this house. What really caught my eye was the green plant in the window. The green plant and the green bushes out front, and then the teal shutters really made for the photo. While taking this photo, the shutter went up and didn't come back down, and the camera went off, and that's when things got really bad.
Just like broke on me. Whatever. Figure it out in the car.
I had no idea what the heck was happening. On the LCD screen of the Canon EOS-3, it just kept flashing BC. And I'm like, sitting there like, BC. What could BC mean? BC. I had no idea, so I had to do some research. And apparently, it's equivalent to the blue screen of death on a computer. If anyone doesn't know what that means, it's when you're basically because it's dead. And there's nothing you can do about it. I put new batteries in it. It didn't work. I took the lens off. I put it back on. Nothing seemed to work. So I didn't bring another film camera with me to finish the video. When I usually have 2 cameras with me, and this is the only time, I'm like, I'll bring this camera. I don't need another one. This one's super reliable. It never fails me. And that's why I didn't have another camera on me. And what do you know? It failed me. Yeah, so I just called it quits and kind of got pizza with John, and I drove home.